Without access to a paid research database, market research can be pretty tough. Companies like CoStar, Yardi Matrix, and Real Capital Analytics are all great resources to find real estate market data all in one place. But if you don't have access to these sites through a company subscription and you're looking to access this type of data on your own, subscriptions to these sites can be pretty costly for individual users and usually don't make sense for a first-time investor. So if you don't have access to these, what do you do and how can you work around this? Well, fortunately, all is not lost, and there are a few great alternatives to these paid tools that you can use for free online to help you run a more accurate analysis of the deals you're underwriting. So in this video, we'll walk through my top 3 favorite free alternatives for market research that you can use to underwrite properties and where you should be looking for each. So real estate underwriting is really a 2-part process. Part 1 is making sure you have your current property information right, like your in-place rents, your historical expenses, current vacancy, and anything else that's going to affect the operations of your deal from the time you take over the property. But from there, once you have all of your in-place information in your model, part 2 can get a little bit tricky because this is the part where you're actually going to have to start making projections about the future and what you believe is going to happen on your deal going forward. And getting these projections as right as possible starts to get really important, especially when you're planning a major renovation or lease up for a commercial deal. So finding reliable information is really a big part of coming up with an accurate valuation of deals that you're analyzing and what you should be paying for the properties in the first place. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, paid resources make market research really easy, but not everyone has access to these sites at their fingertips. So if you don't have access to these paid databases like CoStar or Yardi Matrix through an employer or larger organization, this video is going to break down how you can find the information you need online without spending thousands of dollars to access it. So first on this list, and the first place I'd recommend going when looking for market data for free, is to search for free market research reports released by the major brokerage firms, specific to the geographic location that you're analyzing and the most recent time period available. The big shops like CBRE, JLL, and Cushman & Wakefield all have massive research arms of their companies, and generally these companies put out market reports for each of the 4 major product types: office, retail, industrial, and multifamily, and do so on a quarterly basis. And within these reports, you can usually find the most updated information in your region on things like market rents, vacancy rates, construction pipeline reports, and net absorption, which you can then use to make assumptions about what might happen on your own deal and where the property you're analyzing compares to the market as a whole. These reports also often include major sale or lease transactions, which can give you a lot more insight into what you might be able to release space for at a deal you're analyzing and what you should be offering as a purchase price on the property you're analyzing as well. The big 3 shops of CBRE, JLL, and Cushman & Wakefield are great places to start, but other brokerage firms like Colliers, Newmark Knight Frank, Berkadia, Avis & Young, Transwestern, and Kidder Matthews all have major research departments that put out reports regularly, and if there's a major market out there that hasn't been covered by the first 3 firms on this list, there's a really good chance that one of these other shops will have at least high-level information on the metrics you're looking for. Now, these brokerage reports will give you information on a market as a whole for a specific product type and will get you a great head start for some of the more macro assumptions that you'll need to make in your model for a deal you're looking to acquire or develop. But one of the biggest drivers of projected returns in your model, especially if you're planning to renovate apartments and raise rents at a multifamily property or release a big commercial suite at an industrial, office, or retail deal, is going to be your releasing market rent assumptions. And since rents can vary so widely depending on the micro location within a submarket and the condition of a property being analyzed, this is generally going to require a little bit more granular data to get comfortable with your underwriting. And to get that granular data, if you're only working with free resources, your next step to get more information on market rents in specific micro locations is going to be listing sites that feature currently available real estate for rent and the asking rental rates for those properties as well. For multifamily properties, this is a really simple search with sites like hotpads.com allowing you to search for a specific address, and you'll be able to browse units for rent in the area, and you'll be able to see asking rates on each property listed on the site. These sites will generally include the number of bedrooms and bathrooms in each unit, the square footage of each unit, and also pictures of the unit as well, so you can get a better idea of where the property you're analyzing compares from both a size and quality perspective. And from there, you can then use that information to come up with both what the current market rates are for the property that you're analyzing right now, and also the rents that you might be able to charge in the future if you completed some sort of a renovation on the unit interiors and or the common areas on the property. Also, if you're looking for additional historical data on your multifamily deal, not just rents for current marketed space, publicly available information is actually out there to benchmark off of as well. Zillow Research Data offers historical rental values for free on their website, and you can actually download an Excel file that will break this down by zip code, so you can not only see current rates in the area that you're analyzing, but also historical data points that are going to go back as far as 2014 in most of the markets tracked. And if you're looking to get even more granular on your historical multifamily data, the listing site Zumper tracks historical rates by the number of bedrooms for many major markets across the US, again, tracked all the way back to 2014. And if you're looking for commercial rental rates, this information can be a little bit harder to come by when you're looking at only free data, but sites like loopnet.com will allow you to see asking rental rates on a per square foot basis for comparable office, retail, and industrial properties in a specific area, which you can also use to compare to the overall quality, location, and desirability to tenants of the deal that you're analyzing. Now, LoopNet is by far the leader in this space, but competitors are popping up more than ever today, and a quick Google search for commercial real estate for lease in your area will get you started with a few helpful data points to take a look at and to add to your analysis. Now, once you've taken a look at these listing sites and you've compiled data from the big brokerage firms, there's one more source that can be really helpful when putting together market information, and that is other marketed deals themselves, specifically offering memorandums. Now, if you are analyzing a marketed property for sale, it's likely that you'll already have some market information in the package presented to you by the listing broker, but if not, other properties for sale can give you great insight into the kind of rents, vacancy numbers, and the kind of rent and vacancy changes you might expect on the deal you are analyzing. Again, the major brokerage shops here like CBRE, JLL, and Cushman & Wakefield will be great sources of active listings on their websites, and third-party sites like LoopNet also have current listings that can help you add to the data you're trying to put together to paint a clearer picture of how your deal is going to perform. And one reason why offering memorandums specifically tend to be so helpful is because offering memorandums themselves generally pull data directly from the paid databases we talked about in the beginning of the video directly, like CoStar, Yardi Matrix, and Real Capital Analytics. So although you can't always pick and choose the exact information you want to see presented in an investment package, OMs will generally have an entire market section dedicated to what's going on in the immediate area, developments that are both planned and under construction, occupancy rates for the specific product type being sold, where rents are trending in the market, and many other factors that might impact the rents you can expect, the vacancy you can expect, or where both might go in the future. As with any of these resources, the goal here is to gather actual data that can help you make projections around how the property you're analyzing is going to perform and what you can expect both now and in the future. And fortunately, even if it's harder to find, this information is generally available for free online if you look around hard enough. So I hope that was helpful if you're looking for free market data to help you beef up your analysis and don't have access to a paid database like CoStar to do it. And if you have any free resources that I missed in this video that you use to analyze your own deals, make sure to let me and everyone else watching know in the comments below. And as always, if you're looking for more guidance on the underwriting process outside of just finding more market data, and you want access to pre-built models, underwriting training courses, and modeling case studies, make sure to check out Breaking the CRE Academy, and I'll link that in the description below. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you're having a great start to the new year. Make sure to like the video if you want to see more videos like this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.